Hi, welcome or welcome back to my channel. My name is Ilja and today we are going to go very meta because we're going to talk about online sex education. Before we get into the video, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and click that notification bell if you don't want to miss any of my content. Now I'm sorry if you clicked this video and you were expecting something about the Netflix show Sex Education, because this is not about that. No, this is about actual online sex education. Yes, it is about what I am at least trying to do. Now, online sex education has two components. One, the creator, and two, the viewer, which is you. Now, I'm going to talk about both in this video. So first, I'm going to ask you a few questions. And then afterwards, I will shout out some people that you should definitely follow, especially if you like my content. Also, if you don't like my content, like maybe you prefer their content, but there are a lot of awesome sex educators online, so I will give them a shout out, and then also I will let you know my thoughts on sex education online. I am gonna try a little experiment in this video. I'm gonna ask you some questions and I would very much appreciate it if you would give your answers. I'm gonna put up some polls in the corner here so that you can fill in your answers there, and it will be anonymously, like I won't know who's behind the answers. So I would very much appreciate it if you would just fill in your answers there. There are no wrong answers. I just want to get to know you guys more. If I get enough responses to these questions, then I will make a second video where I talk all about the results. I am also writing a paper on this for school, so you would really help me out by just answering these questions. Now, let's just get into them because I feel like it's too much of a build-up already. So it's gonna be very easy. Just answer them up here. First question is, were you satisfied with the sex education you got in school? You can answer yes or no, or I didn't get sex education in school. Because you are watching my video, you have stumbled upon sex education online already. But what I would like to know from you is, did you actively search for it, or did you just stumble upon it by accident? Then, are you satisfied with the sex education content you can find online? Yes or no? And if it's no and you are comfortable with it, please let me know in the comments down below what you are missing or what you would love to see more of in sex education online. Next is, do you prefer online sex education to in real life sex education or the sex education you got in school? Do you prefer it? Yes or no? And if you want to, again, you can elaborate in the comments. Please let me know why or why not. And then finally, and I know this is probably going to be a bit biased because you're on YouTube right now watching a video, but what platform do you prefer your sex education to be on? You can choose YouTube or Twitter or Instagram or Facebook or blogs. You can fill it in here. And if you have any other ideas, please let me know in the comments down below again. That was it for all my questions to you. Now, if you have anything more to say about it, please let me know in the comments down below because I'd love to hear your voices. And if you have any questions for me, also let them know down below, please. Now, to get as wide of a reach as possible and also to make the results more reliable because there are more people, please share this video with people you know. It can be anyone, even people who don't usually watch sex education online or don't look for it. Please share this with them and let them fill out the questions. That would massively help, and that would help me to create better content for you in the future. Thank you so much for answering those questions. Now I'll move on to shouting out some awesome online sex educators. If you're not following these people already, please go and do that because they are all awesome. To start off with, we have, of course, Witton from the YouTube channel Witton. She is honestly one of my biggest inspirations, and honestly, I think also the reason why I've started this channel. I just love what she does. I love the positivity that she brings into the world. She talks so eloquently about everything having to do with sexuality. She has very diverse content, and she's all about breaking those taboos because since a few years she also has a stoma, and so she also makes a lot of content about that. Now, she's been on YouTube for quite a few years now, and she's all over social media. She's a true influencer. She's written a few books which are also awesome. Like, I'm a reader and I loved these books. They are so funny. She also has a podcast where she has guests over, where she talks about everything having to do with sexuality, which is called Doing It. And she's constantly working on new projects and trying to branch out some more. So if you are not following her already, which I doubt, because if you're into online sex education, then she's one of the first people to follow. But if you are not following her already, definitely go and give her a follow. Next is Shan Boonram, aka Shan Booty on YouTube. She's also such a big YouTuber on sex education. She is a Canadian certified sexologist, but still very cool, you know? Like, she's super open-minded. She just has these cool vibes to her, you know? She has also recently announced that she's pregnant, so I'm guessing she's making more content about that now. Also, she has also written a book. She, I believe, also has some sort of podcast thingy or like a show. So definitely go and check her out. She's, again, all over social media, Instagram, YouTube, whatever. Go and give her a follow. Next is another big channel here on YouTube, and that is Sexplanations, where Dr. Lindsay Doe gives sex education in a super fun way. And I think, especially if you're a bit younger, she is the perfect person to watch because she is so engaging and she explains everything so clearly. So it's super easy to understand, and yeah, if you like that, definitely go and follow. Then for the Dutch and Belgian people, or at least people who can understand Dutch, I recently came across this awesome organization called MOVisuals. They're very much focusing on diversity, so that is awesome as well. They're creating more and more online content, but they're also working on offline sex education, so they are gonna provide sex education in secondary schools, and I believe they're also working on a theater show all about sex positivity and sex education. So if you can understand Dutch, definitely go and follow them. Then I recently came across this awesome lady on Twitter. Her name is Amos Sanasi, and I'm so sorry if I just completely butchered that. But I was loving her vibe on Twitter, and so I sent her a message asking to tell a bit more about herself so that I could tell it to you. And because I think she can explain it best in her own words, I'm just gonna read out what she sent me so that you get a good vibe of like what she stands for. So she sent me, "My name is Amos Sanasi, a sexology student. I am a 24-year-old Nigerian who believes true sexual liberation comes from the right sexual wellness information. Information should also be very comprehensive and easy to understand, and that is why I put out free e-guides on sexual concerns in the popular pidgin language with little humor." I'm so sorry if I just completely mispronounced that, but it's in the language that is commonly used in Nigeria. So definitely go and support her. Even though I cannot read her e-guides, I'm sure that they're awesome. And I think it's such important work that she does, and especially in a place like Nigeria. I asked her about it and she said the environment for sex education is not always ideal. It is opening up more, from what she said. Like in many places in the world, the government and the opinion of the majority of the people is not always very helpful to provide good sex education. So I think it is so awesome that she still fights for it and that she just does that, you know? Then another big YouTuber is Erika Lynae, who hasn't uploaded for quite a while, but she has awesome videos on sex education, but also a lot on sex toys, which can be super interesting. So if you're more into that side of sex education, like playful things, sex toys, experimenting, then she's definitely the person to watch. Then there's also Callum McSwiggan, who makes amazing LGBTQ+ content. He's both on Instagram and on YouTube, and I've followed him for quite a while now, and he's just such a positive force in the community, and it's very educational, it's very uplifting. So if you're more into queer content, then definitely go and follow him. Then there's also Jamie Dodger on YouTube, who is transgender, and he's made quite a few videos talking all about his transition. Oh, and there's also Elle Palmer, who makes loads of videos about detransitioning, because yes, that is also a thing. And then last but certainly not least, there is Tiffany, who I recently met through Twitter. She's a New York-based sex educator, and right now she does workshops workshops and coachings, but she is setting up her own website full of sex education, and it is gonna launch in June, she told me. So when that is up, I will definitely link it down below for you to check out as well. And also I want to thank her big time because she helped me made up this list. She was just a very nice person in general, so definitely go and support her as well. Now, that was lots of people, but as you can see, there is so much sex education content out there, and I've not even like scraped the top. I've not what? I was gonna say, like, this is only a very small part of it, because there are loads of podcasts out there as well. There are loads of people on Instagram as well, and I'm sure there are lots of people on YouTube who make awesome content. Also, if you make sex education content online, definitely let me know in the comments down below, because I always love to follow more people and diversify the list of people I follow. Now, finally, my thoughts on online sex education, which will probably not be super surprising to you as I am a creator of online sex education. Now, first of all, I think sex education in schools, if it is even there, is lacking very much. I think it's not always what students would like to see from sex education, but maybe that's just me. But I know it's also a big part because of the government or because of boards that do not allow for good sex education. So that is very unfortunate, but I think that therefore online sex education can be a good alternative. And I also think that sex education should be accessible for everyone all around the globe. So in schools would be best, or like from your parents would be ideal, but unfortunately that is not always the case. So the internet is the best we can do. I know you need access to the internet for this, but it's the most I can do, at least, to help more people. However, there is a bit of a problem with this because people have to be actively searching for sex education online. Of course, it can also happen that you just stumbled across one of my videos or one of other people's videos, but that is just not super likely to happen. So that is definitely a downside, because I think the people who need it the most won't be actively searching for it probably. And also, actively searching for sex education online comes with quite some dangers, especially for younger people. You might stumble across something that you would rather have not seen when you're looking for some advice on sex or sexuality. I think there's quite a big chance that you come across some porn related stuff, for example. And I'm not saying that porn is bad. I am just saying that if you're not searching for porn, you might just not want to see that when you're just searching for advice on how to have sex, you know? I'm not sure if this comes across right, but I just think that the internet is big and it comes with a lot of dangers as well, and especially in a topic such as sexuality and sex education, I think there are quite some dangers, especially for younger people. Now, talking about porn is quite an interesting one, because I recently had a class about this where we discussed whether you could use porn in sex education. We just discussed the pros and cons, and basically what it comes down to is whether you would use porn as sex education or give sex education on porn. Anyway, that is a big topic to discuss, so I'm probably going to make a separate video about that, and I'm going to end this video here. So thank you so much for watching. I would very much appreciate it if you answered the questions and if you would share this video with more people who can answer those questions for me. And if I get enough responses, I will definitely make a video all about the results. Now, let me know all of your thoughts down in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video as well, and also don't forget to follow all these amazing people that I talked about. All of their links will be down in the description below, as well as my links if you would like to follow more of me. Oh, one last thing before I go. I'm very sorry to say that I won't be uploading for a while because my exams are coming in June and I definitely need to focus more on that now. So all of June there won't be a video from me, which is very sad because it's Pride Month and I want to be there for Pride Month, but also I have to finish the studies, so I'm so sorry. But if you still want to see awesome Pride content next month, I would really recommend you my friend Tasmin from Tea Books and Tasmin. I know she's organizing some live shows with people of different sexualities and different gender identities, I think, where she's just gonna talk all about that. And from different people's perspectives. Like, she is gonna ask the questions that you would not dare ask someone. So definitely go and check those out in June, and then I will be back in July. I might try and vlog a bit during June, but if that's happening, that will happen on my other channel, which is just Ilja. I just rebranded it. So you might see some content from me there, but don't expect too much. But thank you so much for watching, and then I will see you next month. Mwah. Bye!